Around 1200 BC, the world was more connected than ever before. Powerful empires like the Egyptians, the Hittites, and the Mycenaean Greeks dominated the Mediterranean. They had complex trade routes, massive palaces, and advanced diplomacy. To anyone living then, it would have seemed like this golden age of the Bronze Age would last forever. Then, in the span of just 1 or 2 generations, almost all of it vanished. Cities were burned to the ground, entire languages were forgotten, and the world was plunged into a dark age that lasted centuries. This is the story of the Bronze Age collapse, the greatest reset in human history, and it holds a terrifying warning for our modern world. For decades, historians looked for a single smoking gun. Was it an invasion by the mysterious sea peoples? Was it a massive earthquake? Or was it a drought? Today, we realize the truth is much more complex. It wasn't one thing, it was everything, all at once. This is what scientists call a systemic failure. The Bronze Age empires were victims of their own success. They were so interconnected through trade that they became fragile. They relied on tin from as far as Afghanistan and copper from Cyprus to make bronze, the high-tech material of their era. When trade routes were disrupted by local uprisings or small-scale raids, the entire economic engine of the Mediterranean began to stall. Recent climate data, gathered from ancient pollen and lake sediments, has revealed a darker layer to the story. A massive, centuries-long drought struck the region exactly during this period. As crops failed, the great powers could no longer feed their massive populations or pay their professional armies. Starving people began to move. This triggered a domino effect of migrations. As one group was forced out of their land, they attacked their neighbors, creating a wave of violence that swept from Greece to Egypt. The Sea Peoples, a mysterious confederation of displaced marauders, became the face of this chaos, raiding coastal cities and cutting off the last lifelines of trade. The speed of the fall was breathtaking. In Greece, the Mycenaean palaces were destroyed so thoroughly that the art of writing, Linear B, was completely lost for 400 years. The Hittite Empire in Anatolia simply evaporated. Only Egypt survived, but it was so weakened that it never truly recovered its former glory. The Bronze Age collapse teaches us that when a highly complex, globalized society is hit by multiple stressors, climate change, economic disruption, and mass migration, it doesn't just decline. It can shatter. We live in a world that looks remarkably similar to the late Bronze Age. We are hyperconnected, we rely on long-distance supply chains for our technology, and we are facing our own climate and migration challenges. The ruins of the Bronze Age are a silent reminder that civilization is a fragile veneer. It is not a permanent state of being, but a delicate balance that must be maintained. The story of 1200 BC isn't just ancient history. It is a blueprint of how quickly the world we take for granted can disappear. The question is, if our systems began to fail today, would we be able to hold them together, or would we follow the path of the ancients? If you want to dive deeper into the mysteries of how empires rise and fall, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We explore the hidden turning points of history every week, bringing you the stories that shaped our world. Join our community of historians and thinkers, subscribe now and hit the bell icon. Also, let us know in the comments, do you see parallels between 1200 BC and the world today?